Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. In this final video on our James Cleverly FCDO, that's the Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, yeah, I think I've got that right, where Baroness Couttie asking a very interesting question in the relationship with the EU, and as to whether the government might have actually be getting their PR wrong. Now, when it comes to the Northern Ireland Protocol, and we are looking like basically bad faith actors with the EU, the world stage when it comes to international law, she asked James Cleverly whether he agrees. Well, what do you guys think he thought?
Thank you very much. Baroness Couttie.
Thank you very much. As building on what Lord Little was saying, I do get a sense that the UK hasn't really got its PR right in terms of persuading both the domestic and the international community of our argument. And I think it's extremely damaging, both for the current government in the UK and also for the UK internationally, to look like, it comes across as if we're behaving incredibly difficultly about the Northern Ireland Protocol, and the Europeans are trying to be reasonable. That's the sort of impression that one gets from the domestic media coverage, let alone the international coverage that's on the subject. And again, that we are breaking international law. So what I'd like to sort of understand is, more broadly than your discussions that you've been having with government officials and government members, what is the UK's PR campaign to persuade people of our point of view?
I get the feeling it's just a shout at our base, say, yes, we're rule Britannia, but Britannia waves the rules.
I really feel we're losing the argument, definitely, more broadly.
I think anybody that has had any dealings that involved Northern Irish politics or international trade, or the combination of the two, will have an understanding of the sensitivity and complexity of these issues. I've been a communicator both in my commercial world prior to politics and also political communication, and the watchword is always keep it simple. And the bottom line is, this is not simple. It is complicated.
No shit, Sherlock.
And there is a huge amount of sensitivity which we need, quite rightly, to respect, which makes communicating our position a little bit harder. But I will take the criticism in the spirit that it is meant. I would make the case, however, that this time last year, when we were saying this is a problem, pretty much the universal response is no, this isn't a problem. When we have situations where Tony Blair, who I respect but often disagree with, particularly with regard to our relationship with the EU, when Tony Blair is saying there is a problem, I think we can say to ourselves that we have communicated at least part of the message effectively, which is something needs to be resolved. What we now need to do, and as I say, I take your points in the spirit they're given, I think we now need to explain more fully why our proposals are reasonable and pragmatic, and why we believe they would work. But the argument that there is no problem and all the British government needs to do is just get on with it, I think that argument has now been put to bed, when there is pretty much universal agreement that the protocol is not working.
Now, I have to say, I think she has a point. As a government, we seem to be constantly trying to pick fights, stoke tension, and try to be the tough guy, I suppose. But the thing is, for me, if you're in a weak position trade deal-wise, and you're acting like a spoiled brat, constantly whining and bitching, why would anyone trust you? If you're constantly being bad faith actors when it comes to trade deals, I suppose. What do you guys think? Right, I shall leave the video here. Until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.